can expect over the next couple of days and into the weekend. And if you've liked the weather, say the last 2 days, you're going to like the forecast continuing into this weekend. It was an absolutely gorgeous day. We saw those temperatures in the 40s and 50s, ample sunshine. It's all thanks to high pressure, but I'll say this, it definitely felt more like spring. It might be more of a false spring, and it certainly feels nice. Nice to be out in the sunshine and those warm temperatures and not being completely bundled up in the cold and in the clouds. So we'll give it a few minutes, let people work their way in, and we'll get started in this update in full. But I'm going to spin this back around and show you what those conditions are like right now. Overall, mostly clear skies, just a few areas of clouds towards Kalispell, but outside of that, really looking at some very nice conditions tonight. Now, like I said, I'll give it about, say, 20, 30 seconds. Give me a chance to make sure everything's working here behind the scenes as I expect. Usually it's working pretty well, so I'm hopeful that everything is running quite smoothly. And it is. There we go. All right, so let's get started with this. Certainly, as you're tuning in, let us know where you're tuning in from, what kind of weather conditions. I say what kind of weather conditions you're seeing. We're pretty much all seeing the same type of thing, but are you ready for more warmth? Are you ready for more snow? Certainly feel free to join in the conversation in the chat section, and then, of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those as well. Overall, again, today has been a really nice day. High pressure is fully in control, and we've got those temperatures right now, or earlier today. Pretty much all of western Montana at one point or another was into the mid-40s, if not into the mid-50s. Looking at those temperatures, 52 for Kalispell, 50 in Missoula, 53 both Butte and Dillon, 45 towards Bozeman, but you look over towards Great Falls, nearly 60 today, as it was 60 over into Glasgow. So we're going to continue to see, excuse me, we're going to continue to see these types of conditions for the next couple of days. Again, here's those live looks across western Montana. Lots of clear skies, just a few fair weather clouds up towards Kalispell. But looking at those current temperatures, we've seen them fall quickly after sunset down towards Bozeman, already down to around 35 degrees. We're hanging in the mid-40s for Missoula, Kalispell, and Butte, and many areas right now are still hanging on to the 40s outside of southwest Montana, where we've got a little bit more cold air that is hanging on in place. But as for what we're heading into tonight, temperatures likely in the teens and 20s with those clear skies. Biggest issue will be for our valleys west of the divide, much like we saw this morning. Patchy freezing fog will be there. We will see that highest potential for tomorrow morning and Saturday morning. Overall, could see visibility down to a half mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile. And on top of that, with temperatures below freezing, we could see some icy spots develop on roads and sidewalks. But additionally, one other concern we could be dealing with is with the snowmelt we've seen in recent days. You could see a quick refreeze of the moisture that's already on the roads. That's separate from the freezing fog issues of ice, but a little bit of that refreeze. That likely won't be lingering too long into tomorrow morning. Those temperatures will warm up above freezing relatively quickly after sunrise. So it's really just in those first few hours after sunrise, maybe just as you're heading off to work and school, that we could see at least some more issues when it comes to travel. But I think those are going to be on the very limited side, and again, reduced down to the icing concerns on the road, but also the lowered visibility from the fog. This will continue for Saturday morning and Sunday morning, though. As we get into Sunday morning, we may start to see a little bit of a lessening in the amount of fog development. And then by Monday, with our storm system fully into western Montana, we're going to be really not expecting much in the way of fog when it comes to reduced visibility, but the snow and the rain could do just the same. Now, looking at temperatures for the next few days, like I was mentioning earlier, if you've liked the warmer weather, you're going to like the forecast through the weekend. Looking at tomorrow, upper 40s and low 50s are going to be common area-wide for the most part, though valley inversions northwest, west central Montana may limit those temperatures just a little bit, something we'll have to keep an eye on. That did end up happening today, but it was only by, say, maybe 2 degrees from the forecast. So for Missoula specifically. Saturday, 52 in Missoula, 53 in Butte, still likely upper 40s for Bozeman and Kalispell, but all these temperatures are anywhere from about 7 to 15 degrees above average for this time of the year. We'll continue to see that warmth looking maybe 60s once again for Great Falls and Billings. Then we head into Sunday. Temperatures will take a little bit of a dip in a few areas, but not by a whole lot. Still looking at low 50s, upper 40s, but Sunday is going to be that day of transition. We're going to see an increase in cloud cover, especially into the afternoon. And by the late afternoon, evening, and especially overnight, we're going to see an increase in moisture across the area, and that's going to bring in much cooler temperatures into Monday. West of the divide still likely hanging on to the same low to mid 40s, but southwest Montana, more of those 30s are going to start showing up, down to 39 in Butte and 38 in Bozeman from this next storm system. But the driver for all of the warm air, this ridge of high pressure that is building over the west, we're centered pretty close to the ridge axis. That's really just a little bit off to our east. Where we get closer to that axis, we're going to see those warmest temperatures. This low pressure system down off the Pacific coast, this is going to track further south, so that's really going to be a non-issue for us. But as we zoom out a little further, you can see still that ridge in place, the plume of moisture going up and over this ridge and dropping back down into the Central Plains. But you see these spins back out into the Pacific. There's one here and then one just off the screen. Those are going to be storm systems that will at least influence the ridge and start to break it down by the time we get into Sunday. And likely the second one back here, if I'm correct, is the one that'll sweep in and start to push the ridge completely out of our area and bring us that chance for more moisture by the time we get into especially Monday and Tuesday. And here's looking at those precipitation chances. Only about a 10% chance Sunday afternoon, and this is primarily going to be across far northwestern Montana, so places like Libby, Troy, Eureka, maybe down to Kalispell, but a little bit less likely, even just that little bit further south. But by Monday and Tuesday, we're looking at about a 40 to perhaps as high as 60% chance of initially valley rain and mountain snow showers, though as we go into Monday afternoon, Monday night, and Tuesday morning, we are going to see those snow levels dropping, and that could bring the potential for snowfall all the way down to valley floors. Right now, not expecting much in the way of impact, especially in the valleys. This doesn't look like a major system by any means, but Sunday night into Monday over our mountain passes, that certainly could be areas where we could be dealing with some of those minor travel impacts. Marias, Lookout, Lolo, Lost Trail passes specifically are the ones I have my eye on, but even those down into southwest Montana we'll have to keep an eye on as well. And then Tuesday, when we see the transition over to snow in our valleys, there may be some issues here and there, but still the greatest travel impacts will be up at higher elevations. And here's a look at that snow level forecast, staying pretty close. You see the up with our afternoon temperatures, the down with our morning temperatures, staying pretty consistent to past level and higher through Monday afternoon. But then you see the cold air that seeps into the area Tuesday into Wednesday, and that's going to bring those snow levels down to near valley floors, if not all the way down to valley floors through Wednesday. Could still be looking at some showers Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, but in general it does look like they'll be a little bit more scattered in nature as compared to what'll be more widespread activity into Tuesday. And you'll see this here on our regional travel tracker. Friday, quiet. Saturday, quiet. Sunday, for the most part, quiet. Models have been trending a little bit slower with this system, so now we're already looking at Monday morning, and there's still nothing ongoing in western Montana. But by the time we get to about sunrise, that's when we're going to start seeing some of those showers spreading in really from all directions, southwest, northwest, and west central. And by Monday afternoon, this is about 3 o'clock, we're seeing valley rain, mountain snow showers, snow levels sitting right around 4,000 to 5,000 feet at this point, but likely falling through the afternoon or at least the evening. And by the time we get into Monday night, Tuesday morning, generally looking at snow for most elevations. It may be just like the lowest valleys in western Montana that try to hang on to the rain a little bit longer. But by Tuesday afternoon, most of this system is clearing out of northwest and west central Montana. This is into the afternoon. Southwest portions of the state moving out towards Bozeman, and then eventually east from there, Billings, Miles City, we'll be dealing with more of those snow showers. But even what lingers behind with temperatures, afternoon temperatures still in the 40s, we're going to likely still be looking at that rain-snow mix for our valley areas. But this is looking into Wednesday, just a few very spotty showers, primarily along the Montana-Idaho state line. That continues into Thursday, but we'll have to keep an eye on the potential of another round of moisture for Thursday into Friday. That could bring us another round of rain and snow for our valleys and another round of snow up in our higher elevations. So that is pretty much what I had for today. One other issue, and it's not really a major issue, we've already been seeing it so far. With the temperatures above average for the next couple of days, snowmelt will continue to be a bit rapid at times. One thing that is helping us out is overnight lows falling below freezing will essentially make that a gradual snowmelt. We'll see it melt during the day and refreeze overnight. So it's not like all of our snow is going to be coming down all at one time. We'll see at least some improvement to the rate. So that's why flooding isn't as high of a concern, but ponding on area roadways, that certainly can't be ruled out. That is going to continue to be a possibility. And with the water on the roads, that could lead to hydroplaning as well. It only takes as thick of a nickel to create hydroplaning problems. So hopefully that's not something we have to deal with, but with the snowmelt, that's always going to be a concern. So that's everything that I have for this YouTube live update. Again, this is sort of the last call if you have any questions or comments for tonight's update. But as I finish up, we'll give it, say, another minute or so. If you have any photos or videos of the sunset tonight, it was quite beautiful this evening. Feel free to share those with us at nbcmontana.com/chime-in, and then certainly tune into our live broadcast tonight at 10. The latest information from our weather models. Again, I don't expect too much to change between now and then, but we will have some new information, likely looking ahead to that next storm system for this weekend. But best advice I can say, get out and enjoy the lovely spring-like weather we're seeing to close out February. Temperatures 40s and 50s, plenty of sunshine is going to be the story, and then we'll transition more to an active period of weather again starting Sunday night and continuing through much of next week. That might help to boost our snowpack numbers up just a little bit, but both of these systems, the Sunday through Tuesday storm, and then potentially that Thursday system right now, don't look anything too impressive, especially compared to some of the storms we had there in the early and middle parts of February. So a little bit quieter weather, but still looking at some beneficial moisture for our region. So again, tune in tonight at 10 o'clock, and then of course tomorrow morning with Jason Hurst and Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster on NBC Montana today starting at 5. Brooke will certainly be keeping a close eye on the fog that we're looking at as she was this morning. I know we had it down to 3/4 of a mile here in Missoula. Certainly could see that again for tomorrow morning, but that's going to be the biggest issue, is that potential for freezing fog for the next couple of mornings. So with that, I'll wrap it up. Have a great evening, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you all on the next one, likely tomorrow evening. So I'll see you on that one. With NBC Montana, I'm meteorologist Mitchell Coombs.